everyone, welcome back. It's gonna be just me again today. So I've got day 3 spoiler wrap up for you. We're gonna just get right into it. So first off, we have Amulet of Oblation. It's a generic item, costs 0, pitches for blue, has go again, which is always nice. It's instant ability. You destroy it, and then until the end of your turn, target attack action card gains. If this would be put into a graveyard, instead put it on the bottom of its owner's deck. Activate this ability only if a card has entered a graveyard this turn. I don't have a lot to say about this card. It's just kind of there. I don't know if it's good or bad. I guess we'll figure it out in playtesting. If you have thoughts, leave them in the comments. Next up, we have Healing Potion, another generic item. Pitches for blue, costs 0. The card itself does not have go again, which kind of sucks. But its action is destroy Healing Potion, gain 2 health, go again. It just feels like a worse Sigil of Solace. That's all I got. Alright, Talisman of Cremation. Another generic item, just all the items today. Pitches for blue, costs 0, has go again. When you play a card from your banish zone, destroy Talisman of Cremation and name a card. Banish all cards with the chosen name from each opposing hero's graveyard. So I think that's interesting. It's a good way to banish cards that you don't want them to use. Again, I don't know if it's going to be good in practice, so I guess we'll see. I'm not a big fan of this card. Alright, Illusionist equipment time. In our equipment speculation video, we wanted an Illusionist headpiece. I'll leave the link to that video in the description. So here we have Crown of Reflection. Its instant ability is destroy Crown of Reflection, destroy target Illusionist aura you control. If you do, you may put an Illusionist aura from your hand into the arena with cost less than or equal to the aura destroyed this way. Activate Crown of Reflection only during your action phase. Has Arcane Barrier. I'm really underwhelmed with this card. I want it to be so much better. Like, I wanted this Illusionist headpiece to be so good, and it's not. Like, it's cool if you destroy, like, I don't know what you would even want to destroy. I guess Parable of Humility is probably, I don't know, like one of the worst auras. And then if you wanted to play like an Ode to Wrath or something instead. But overall, I think this is just not a good card. But this next one is good. It's called Dreadboard. It's a ranger weapon, ranger bow. Once per turn action, you pay 1. You may put an arrow card from your hand face up into an empty arsenal zone you control. If you do, it gains +1 until end of turn, go again. And then arrows you control have defense reactions, can't be played from hand, this chain link. So I think this is great. I think this is so good. Because now Azalea can play Bolt and Shot and give it +1, and then Bolt and Shot gets go again, and if this hits, reload, right? So that's really nice, and I feel like it makes Azalea a little bit better. Like, right now, Azalea, I feel like, is one of the worst heroes. I don't want her to be. I really want her to be good, and I think this is going to help. Lexi's not going to really want to use this because she wants to kind of either go wide or dominate or whatever, but I think Azalea is kind of making a comeback, and it makes me really happy. Next we have Vexing Quill Hand. So we have a Runeblade equipment now, which I'm kind of like, okay, I guess. Like, I would have wanted like a headpiece or something. So its action is destroy Vexing Quill Hand, create 2 rune chant tokens, go again. Has Arcane Barrier. This card just kind of sucks. I am very underwhelmed with this card. I feel like if you wanted Arcane Barrier, you could just run over and stuff and be just fine. If you're really one of those people that just really wants to use like all the Runeblade stuff, then fine, whatever. But I'm not that kind of person, and I feel like Grasp of the Arcanite is just so much better, especially when it comes to making rune chants. I mean, I guess this is 2 free rune chants, but you can only do it once. Whereas Grasp of the Arcanite, you can just keep building them, like, every turn if you wanted to. And Vexing Quill Hand doesn't do that. Let's move on. Dissolution Sphere. We're getting into Mechanologist items now. Pitches for yellow, costs 2. It enters the arena with a steam counter on it. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Dissolution Sphere unless you remove a steam counter from it. Whenever your hero would be dealt exactly 1 damage to prevent it. So this is an amazing item. I really like this item. It actually kind of makes me want to play Mechanologist, especially against ninjas with their Kodachis, against Prism with her spectral shields that she can attack with, against rune blades that make a lot of rune chants like Viscerai. This is really good. I don't know. I think this is a great card. Let me know what you think. Next, we have another Mechanologist item, Signal Jammer. Pitches for blue, costs 0. Signal Jammer enters the arena with a steam counter on it. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Signal Jammer unless you remove a steam counter from it. Each hero can't play more than 1 non-attack action card each turn. So that's like kind of crazy, especially when you think of like people who play a lot of non-attack actions. So like I play a lot of non-attack actions when I play Viscerai. Briar does a lot of non-attacks. This is really good against those people. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a main deck kind of card, but it does cost 0, so maybe? I don't know. I'd have to see it in practice. What does kind of suck about it is it says each hero, so I think that includes the mech using it. So that kind of sucks. But at the same time, like, Signal Jammer doesn't have Go Again on it anyway. You would play it and then end your turn, and then the next turn you could play, like, I don't know, Locked and Loaded, and then just kind of go off, I guess. But I'm really hoping that it's a good card. Let's get into the ninja attacks. This is going to be fun. Our first one is 100 Winds. Pitches for red, yellow, blue, costs 0. The red attacks for 3, and it blocks for 2. It has combo, and it says if 100 Winds was the last attack this combat chain, this attack gains +1 for each other card named 100 Winds you control on the combat chain, has Go Again. This is crazy. It combos off of itself, and so if you run, like, you know, in Blitz, if you run all 6, or in CC if you run all 9, you could just have a turn where it's just all 100 Winds, 100 Winds, 100 Winds. And each time you play one, it's going to be +1 for each other card named 100 Winds on the chain, right? So you play like a blue one, and then you play like a yellow one, and the yellow one's going to attack for 3, and then you play like a red one, and that one's going to attack for 5, and then you play another red one, and that's going to be for 6. And it's bonkers. It's crazy. I love this card. The next one combos off of 100 Winds. It's called Winds of Eternity. Pitches for blue. It's a Majestic. Costs 0, attacks for 2, blocks for 3. Has combo. If 100 Winds was the last attack this combat chain, Winds of Eternity gains +2. And when this hits, shuffle all cards named 100 Winds you own on the combat chain into your deck. So this one is just crazy. It's so good because it gains +2 from 100 Winds, so it's going to be attacking for 4. And then when it hits, all those 100 Winds you just played are going to get shuffled back into your deck. So it keeps you from exhausting yourself as a ninja, which I don't know if that's really like a big thing, but I know it drives me a little bit crazy as a Runeblade when I get really close to exhausting myself. So I think this is really good. And I am not excited to play up against it, but I might have to build a ninja deck now. Alright, next is Oath of Steel. It's a warrior action. Pitches for red, costs 0, blocks for 3. Whenever you attack with a weapon this turn, put a +1 counter on it. At the beginning of your end phase, remove all +1 counters from weapons you control, has Go Again. So I think this is really good, especially for axes or for the Centauri Sabers. I don't think it's very good for Dawnblade, just because then you're removing all of your counters, no matter how many you had. So that kind of sucks. But I think it's really good for axes. Like, you could put this in a Bolton deck, and you could give all your axes +1, and then Bolton triggers off of that. And then you can make them have Go Again, and then if you play Duskpath Pilgrimage, you can use them again, and just... I think that's great. I think this is a good Bolton card. I think it would probably be really good for Kasai too, just with her sabers, but I'm really excited for this going into like axe builds especially. Alright, our last card is Ready to Roll. It's a brute action. I'm really excited for this card, guys. Pitches for blue, costs 0. blocks for 3. It's a KO specialization, so we're just getting all of the heroes from crew, and we're getting specializations for all of them, and I'm so excited. So this one says, if you would roll 1 or more dice this turn, instead roll that many dice plus 1 and ignore the lowest roll, has go again. So this is great, and I love it, and I am so excited and just so happy because KO may actually be fun to play now. And then like with scabskin leathers, you can roll 2 dice and ignore the lowest one, and then with the new arms, skull crushers, I am so excited for this card. I love it. Anyway, so that's all for spoilers day 3. Really excited for all these cards coming out. Oh, I cannot wait until next weekend. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll be back with day 4 later. We'll see you guys.